so let's tap into your energy, see what's going on for you guys. See what you can look forward to, what we're walking away from, whatever the case. Let's tap into it. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. Alright, so if you know your natal chart, I would try tapping into the energy of your north node. Like, for example, my north node is Capricorn, so you might want to watch readings that coincide with your north node. I'm sorry, my brain, it's gone today. But yeah, so because then you really get a better idea of like what your purpose is or what kind of pursuits you should be like pursuing, whatever the case. And also, don't feel bad if you're not for everyone. I like this energy, right? It makes you more exclusive. It's exclusive energy is more valuable energy, to be honest, right? Because if we think about like in regards to relationships, for example, if you were with somebody that anybody could get with, it would feel less valuable than being with somebody that isn't for everyone, right? That exclusive energy, like somebody that wouldn't just go with anybody else, you know, that exclusive energy adds value to it. So, you know, be exclusive. Don't be so quick to like give all of your love and empathy and, well, I mean, empathy is fine, but like, you know, you don't need to worry about getting validation from others, for example. What they think of you, what they say behind your back, whatever. None of that actually matters, you know, as long as you're a person of integrity, that should not bother you because you know better. Like people who know your character and know better. Okay, so we have the world cosmos in reverse in your recent past. So I feel like you've recently let go of a karmic cycle, or you simply embraced a new beginning and a new cycle altogether, something different. I was trying to say all the words at once. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. In your present moment, you might be struggling financially or like not feeling like you have a lot of support. Not feeling super resourceful at this time. Oftentimes though, with great change comes these moments, right? These challenges, these tests that feel like you kind of have to learn how to navigate differently, right, from what you've done before. Yeah, Five of Wands in reverse tells me that in your near future, all this conflict, you know, I feel like it's internal conflict more than anything, or like any kind of insecurity regarding money and debts and all those, even community, friendships, you know, whatever. I feel like pretty soon all of your concerns, your worries will be behind you. This is like a temporary setback that happens when we go through great changes. So let's see, what else? Dude, people hate your authenticity. We've got the Queen of Wands, right? Very authentic, very real, very passionate, the most desired of all the queens, right? The very multifaceted, very in touch with her inner child, and very honest, right? Wands is all about honest communication. This is somebody who's just real about who the fuck they are, right? And I see that as your energy, right? With the Page of Swords or Page of Voices, this tells me that, like, people are really put off by your authenticity. It instills, like, envy and even anger in people that you show up as yourself and you're not playing the games, right? You're not participating in the bullshit aspect. A lot of people who look like fans are going to be secret haters, you know. That's one thing that I feel like you should understand as you're coming up, you know, as you're rising through the ranks. I feel that you should understand that not everyone's going to be happy for you. Not everyone's going to support you. Not everyone has a seat at your table. So, haters going to hate. Haters going to bait. I feel like your authenticity just drives people fucking crazy. They don't know how to handle it. They're like, who is this motherfucking Sigma? Well, they're trying to play the alpha dog. They're trying to be the alpha and the whole thing. And you're just a Sigma, like completely outside of the competition. You don't give a fuck about all that. You're not comparing yourself to others. You don't come in that energy. It's almost like you're so self-aware. You're so in tune with who you are as a person and as an energy that, like, people fucking hate it. On the flippity flop, Page of Cups, people also love it. Right? So, you know, this is kind of where we start really seeing who our soul tribe is, right? You've got haters, you've got lovers. This tells me that you're somebody in the spotlight. Right off the bat, I feel that Queen of Wands is in the spotlight. You're probably a public figure or going to be. People see your potential for that. You might just be really well known. But what I am seeing is that it's like some people are madly in love with you. And it's almost like the contrast of if they're not madly in love with you, they fucking hate you. Right? Seven of Wands tells me that a lot of doors of opportunities are opening up for you. And these are new opportunities, things that you probably didn't even perceive as possibilities. You might be networking, right? Networking really brings this card out as well. You know, these new changes, these opportunities, and, you know, doors opening. That tells me that you could be meeting new people. Some will hate you, some will love you. It's lonely at the top. But regardless, I feel like you're really forging a new path for yourself. Tower in reverse. What's this? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so I would say in the recent past, going back to the world cosmos in reverse, right? Cutting out a cycle. I would say with the Five of Pentacles, there was probably concern about your finances, right? Going back, or Five of Pentacles in reverse, sorry. And going back to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, there's like a challenge there. But I do see that this is a temporary challenge, right? Because Five of Pentacles is in reverse. It's like you're financially recovering, or you will be. With the Tower in reverse, right? This is like you're rebuilding from something that fell apart, right? Going back to the world cosmos in reverse. You're in that energy of like healing from karmic cycles, right? Page of Cups can also indicate that you might be receiving like offers of love or you know, you've got at least a suitor, at least one. I feel that you have many, though. Especially with the Seven of Wands showing up right after. Feels like you're a very popular energy. Two of Wands showing up. You might be really at a crossroads and weighing your options. Making big decisions for yourself. Choosing new directions. Ace of Wands. Choosing a passionate beginning. A passionate new beginning. Could also be like an artist endeavoring in some creative projects. Four of Cups in reverse. There's, with the Page of Cups, receiving a love offer, and Four of Cups being in reverse, not rejecting it. And then the Ace of Wands saying that there's a passionate new beginning. I do feel that a relationship is kind of coming. With the Two of Wands, it's like you're kind of deciding, weighing the pros and cons. You're like, is this what I want? You know, really thinking it through. With the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, they just look so pensive. Like, they're just really thinking this shit through. But Four of Cups in reverse says that you don't reject it. Like, you're open to something. You're open to an offer. You're open to receiving. The Magician. Magician is telling me that you are manifesting. You're a master manifester, right? You're somebody who's manifesting things very quickly. That's why this tower happened. That's why these cycles are closing out, because you're manifesting some shit. And you're making room for some shit in your life. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you took the blindfold off and you're really looking at things for what they are. You're really using your spirit of discernment to really weigh the factors. The Devil. Maybe you took the blindfold off in regards to this devil energy, right? This is Capricorn energy. And if you're not dealing with a Capricorn, then that's probably not the good thing, right? This also ties me back to the Page of Swords, right? That hater-ass energy. Somebody, like, kind of coming against you in that narcissistic behavior. Like, it's like somebody is, like, really wants you to fail. Somebody could be doing magic in order to make you fail. But we know how that works. It won't work. If you're divinely protected, Queen of Wands, and you have a pure heart, black magic don't work on you, right? You're protected. In fact, I feel this energy of returning it to sender. You know, I feel this energy of you giving that energy right back to them, and they're going to have to face the karmic consequences of any kind of black magic that they're throwing your way, even if it's just shit talking, right? It's the reason that we call it spelling, right? Words are very powerful. Words are spells. And if people are talking shit and hoping bad things on you, like wishing for bad things to happen to you, that shit's coming back on them hardcore. They're gonna face everything that they wanted you to face. Three of Cups. This could be a friend. Or a friend, right? This is somebody you celebrate with, somebody that you hang out with. Somebody very close, right? It's that energy of the enemy is closer than a lot of your friends. So be cautious with that. Use that spirit of discernment with that Eight of Swords in reverse and really see people for what they are. Really acknowledge it within yourself. Two of Cups in reverse tells me that there was a breakup or some sort of partnership severing, or there's going to be. But with the World Cosmos in reverse and the Tower in reverse, I feel like it's already happened. Correct me in the comments though if I'm wrong, but it feels like it's either already happening or you're making a decision to make that happen. The Star, like I said, I knew you were in the fucking spotlight, bro. With the Queen of Wands, yeah. And the Page of Cups and Page of Swords, this is definitely somebody who is well known. Definitely in the spotlight. This is Aquarius energy too. But this is somebody who does like humanitarian work. Somebody who gives a fuck about people. Let's see. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles showing up in the upright, first of all, you do well by yourself, right? Second of all, I feel like you're in the energy of attracting a lot of abundance to you with minimal effort. I feel like I said that earlier. But it feels like having all this wish fulfillment and really showing up and not having to do so much work for it. Because you have done work for it, right? You've already gone through the dark night of the soul. You've already had to work on integrating your shadow and really facing your ego and all that shit. And so I feel that you're just understanding how abundant you are within yourself, and you really don't have to work as hard because you've already done so much hard work. Three of Wands. I feel like you're waiting for something to happen, or you're like hoping for something to happen. The Temperance in reverse. Sagittarius energy is telling me that you're not very patient with it. You want something and you want it now. But I feel like patience is a virtue, you know? And you don't want to get caught up micromanaging the universe, because that's also where things get all fucky, you know? Just trust that the universe is taking care of your ass. And let things kind of come into your life when they're meant to. You know, you don't want to force the shit. Ten of Swords in reverse tells me that there's a lot of healing from a lot of betrayals and a lot of bullshit that you need to do. Like, you need to heal from. Knight of Swords and Ace of Pentacles tells me that there's something that you're just going for, right? You're going to take action on, or vice versa, somebody's going to take action towards you. But it feels like you're going to be taking action. And with the Ace of Pentacles being like a whole new world. So yeah, no, a whole new cycle. With the Ten of Swords being in reverse, that makes sense, because you're rebirthing into a new cycle, an abundance cycle, right? It's like, I feel like you're really chasing your ambitions at this time. Really being true to yourself, honoring yourself. The Chariot in reverse. Yeah, you're getting impatient with something not moving fast enough. Three of Wands, whatever it is that you're waiting for. Muse of Emotions. It could be a twin flame you could be growing impatient with. If you see, it's the twins with water pouring out of their heart chakras. So there's this energy for show that it's kind of like you want your divine counterpart. You're losing patience with all these karmic cycles. You're like tired of the bullshit. You're just kind of like ready for the real thing. You're like, I'm showing up in this authentic energy. Like, is there anybody else in the fucking world that also has this? Like, yeah, I feel like you want your kingdom spouse. I also feel that it'll happen in divine timing, right? Um, so, what's the holdup? You don't already recognize yourself as being with them. That's part of it. You believe in separation. That's part of it. You believe you're separate from your kingdom spouse. When separation is an illusion, we know that because of splitting atoms, right? Like, I give this analogy a lot. You split an atom in half, and you can take one half to the opposite end of the universe and do experiments on it, and the other half is still going to respond because they're still connected. They're still the same atom. They're still the same guy. Same is true for twin flames, but you believe in the separation, in the illusion. And what you need to confront and understand to be true within is that there is no separation. Quantum entanglement tells us there is no separation. So you have to face that truth within yourself, that not only are they already in union with you, right? But they always will be. So, and I know that you might really want that to manifest on the third dimension, but you have to understand how many dimensions there are that you exist within. That isn't the third dimension. The third dimension is all illusory. I think you should watch New World All-Star. He does like twin flame coaching, and he really talks about the journey in better depth than I can. I feel like, yeah, you should watch that. Learn about the twin flame journey. Understand that as soon as you let go of the outcome, as soon as you let go of the constant desire of having them, that's usually when they fall into place, right? That's when shit works out. Tromonogmo. The spiritual cleansing and protective means necessary to overcome any obstacle shall be granted to you. You can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart or arising anew. Any pain that you might be experiencing now is so much less than the pain that would have taken root if certain circumstances were allowed to continue. So yeah, things did need to come to a halt, right? Cycles did need to leave or end, right? And honoring your path, if you choose to honor the twin flame path, you have to reach a point where you're literally not willing to accept anything that isn't them. Like, and also let go of the outcome of having them, and that's the hardest part. Usually when you make an effort to stop thinking about them and stop hyperfixating on them, that's usually when you get more of them in your life, right? Because you stop resisting the flow, the Tao, if you will. And I'm actually going to be reading the Tao Te Ching in my next book reading. Right? But yeah, I have another channel. I'll link it below. But yeah, so if you want to read the Tao with me, or listen to me read it to you, then I feel like this could really help you on your path and really help you understand what exactly this whole journey is and what it's about. But I feel like deep down you know you have a divine counterpart, and that's the part that sucks, is you're waiting for that to like come through for you and show up for you. You have to also know that they're going to be just as stubborn as you are, and they're also going to exhibit all of your lower vibrational traits as well. So you have to get to a point where you're like, you've done your shadow work, because if both of your shadows come into union together, then that ain't going to be so great. It just won't. So, yeah. That's pretty much what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys, and I will catch you later.